scene in a movie called The Square. It's not a book. It's very different. There's this one scene that's very strange.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my atelier. I hope you're doing well today. I recently realized that I don't have a channel banner, which, oops, a little bit embarrassing. But I've been thinking a lot about what I want to put there because I knew I wanted it to be something really special. I really enjoy doing branding, especially if there's something that I'm really passionate to work on. And I think in the recent years my personal branding has not just been frogs, but ponds in general. My stationery business is called Pond Party Studios, so I've been kind of approaching it from a more overall pond-like and whimsical side, and it's been really fun, and I want to carry this over through all my social media. So I knew I wanted to have the pond design somewhat reflected within my channel banner. Usually I sketch things out on paper, but for some reason it just wasn't clicking properly this time, and you'll see me later add a lot of things that were not there before digitally because the ideas just kind of came, which is quite interesting because I find that I don't work as well digitally as I do physically, but that was a pleasant surprise. Anyways, I knew I wanted to have my little wish Sona in there because these days I'm putting her everywhere and I really like her design, and I think it's very silly and whimsical and very representative of the kind of artist I want to be. So yeah, you can see me sketch out a few renditions of her on there. I wanted something with a lot of flow, something that kind of leads your eye through the image. And when I was thinking of banner, I was thinking of literal banners, so you'll see me integrate that into the design. I knew that the profile picture was gonna be on the right in most cases, so I wanted to have my little witch in the left just so that it's not stacked on top of each other. And I was thinking of the overall composition of how you would see it if you open it on the page. And then I did not realize while I was doing this, but you actually have to make a really big banner for YouTube, because if you're a real subscriber and you subscribe to me on Apple TV or any TV, the banner you see is a lot bigger. So just a heads up, subscribe to me on your TV so you can see the entire banner, because I put a lot of effort into it, where at some point I was is this really necessary? Yes, it was necessary. We don't do half-assed things here. Well, sometimes we do, but it's fine. I think for something as important as a banner or something that people are going to see a lot, I think it's okay to be a little bit extra. And if I end up not liking it, I can always change it later on. For my art class at school, I have to study different artists, and one of the artists that I chose to study was Alphonse Mucha. I really like the way his work flows, and I like all of the natural shapes in there. In general, I'm a big Art Nouveau girly. I love Art Nouveau, so I knew I wanted to have something very fluid, just like his lines in my drawing. And I initially kind of applied it to the hair, but I also later took more elements from his art to kind of integrate into my artwork. I then took a picture and scanned it and brought it into Clip Studio, where I roughly traced over the exact shapes that I liked. And then I went to combine them on a larger canvas. Here's me realizing I need to make the banner a lot bigger than I initially thought. So I was really thinking okay, how am I gonna make this look better? Because I don't want to drag the whole art out there, because I think I thought a lot about framing a certain composition, so I didn't really want to ruin it. And what I was thinking, you guys know I love frames, so I was why not make it look when you're on your TV as if you're looking at a gallery of art? And I was thinking a little bit more, because I was do I draw different things in there? And then I kind of settled on this thing where I wanted to put on some screen caps from my videos, but also actual art I'm doing, just so you can get a little bit of a taste of the kind of art I do, because I feel it's a bit not all over the place, because they do follow certain themes, but I do different things because I like doing different kinds of art. So I just wanted to kind of line them. I went with a more textured pencil brush for the line art, just because I still like having the traditional feeling in my digital art. And as you can see me kind of go over the hair here, you can see that Alphonse Mucha did quite inspire this. He has this thing where he overlaps the hair, and they almost look like chrysanthemum, the funeral flowers, chrysanthemum leaves. which I thought was really interesting, and once again proves to me that I need to continue studying things so that I can put them into my artwork, because it actually does work. Who would have thought? So I just wanted to render the banner a little bit more. I knew I was going to have some writing on it. I was a little bit split between what I wanted to write there. Like, do I want to just write Zoe Likes Frogs? Because Zoe Likes Frogs is my channel name, and if you're looking at my banner, you're already going to see Zoe Likes Frogs. So I was actually just going to put weekly videos on there. But then I was thinking a little bit more. I do think Zoe Likes Frogs was originally like the best choice to go with. And oh, here you see me put a lot more of like Mucho's influence into my art, because I really like the way these like circle kind of flow. And I feel like it adds a lot of like, it grounds the image while also not kind of disrupting the flow of it, which is always a bit hard to do with the background. And yeah, here I'm adding some frames. I wanted to make them all look a little bit different to kind of give an impression of like a museum or a gallery, but something with a lot of charm. Like, it's not 100% perfect. It's charming, because that's what I want to do with my art. I want to make charming art. It doesn't always have to be perfect, but it has to be fun to look at. So yeah. I then moved on to the coloring. I was a bit split about the coloring, but I knew I wanted bright colors, and I think I went too bright initially, because I went bright on everything, including like the background. And then I literally had the banner done and I sent it to my friend, and then my friend was like, do you want some unsolicited art advice? And I'm like, from you? Always. And they were like, you know what, maybe you should make the background a bit darker. And I was like, I don't know, because like I'm worried that the whole atmosphere is going to be different. And I changed the background and it looked a lot better and a lot cozier, which is what I like. So I initially went with the dark background, but the light background still looks good in my opinion. Oh yeah, I was debating on what to add into these circles, and I was thinking of the kind of content that I make and like to make in the future. And obviously I gotta put the fountain pen in there, because I love fountain pens and drawing. And then I kind of alluded to like a sketchbook and a brush, and left and right. And then the circle to the left is actually the map of my role building project, which I talk about a lot on this channel. So I wanted to add it in because I think it's quite a personal touch that I really liked. And then texturing. You can see I just added all the pictures around there. Once again, subscribe on your TV if you want to see the whole thing. This is so silly. But yeah, I added a lot of textures. I also really like Franklin Booth's work, and he's a really great artist that does a lot of very line heavy work, and I think he's really like encouraged me to like add more visible lines to my work, and I really like how it looks, and I think I'm gonna stay with it at least for a little bit. I don't know, I feel like I always get into this trap of over rendering everything when I'm digitally, versus when I draw traditionally. I like the texture, and I like the texture digitally too, but I'm always so scared to leave it in, because like, what if it looks bad? But it doesn't. It looks really nice. I like this like more line heavy style. Obviously light and shadow is still important, but for this I really liked it, and I think the sketchiness and like texture heaviness of it kind of brings across it, if like my English teacher would say, it connotates that it's an art channel. Yeah, big words. Anyways, here you just see me kind of like finishing up the little details, adding a little bit more dimension, because I do want to make it interesting to look at from like all devices. And then my greatest enemy, lettering. But I think it doesn't look that bad. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. Subscribe on your Apple TV or your regular TV. I don't know if regular TV has a YouTube. But if it does, subscribe on your regular TV to see the whole banner. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you like this video. It was a little bit different from what I usually do, but I thought it was really fun to kind of give you my thought process on what I actually present to you guys. So, added a cheeky little frog. Definitely not because there was an awkward space on laptop. But yeah, I hope you like it. New video coming Saturday or Sunday. And take care and see you around. Bye.